and they were cursed because of what they said. بَلْ يَدَاهُ مَبْسُوطَتَانِ, rather his two hands are outstretched. This sparked a huge theological debate. Does Allah have two hands? Because Allah says yadahu, yadun, yadan, yadin, yadani, yadaini, yadaini, right? His two hands are outstretched. And the group said, no, you cannot say two hands. Because if you say two, then that you put a number on Allah Azza wa Jal, you limited Allah, and that's kufr. The other said, no, Allah says two, so He means two. So if you don't say He has two hands, that's kufr, because you're denying an ayah of the Qur'an. So I'm not going to pray behind you because you say He has two hands. That's kufr. And I'm not going to pray behind you because you say He doesn't have two hands when He said He does. So there were different prayers going on at the Kaaba. There was a point in our history when people were praying in 4 different jamaats at the Haram because of this. Is there a central issue in our religion? No. First question you're going to be asked when you get before the angels, how many hands? Let's deal with that. Let's get the elephant out of the room first. Then we'll deal with your drug addiction and alcohol and suhud and all that. We took these things and we made them the religion. We made them the religion. Allah says both His hands are outstretched. You know Allah says in the Quran, فِيهِ مُتَشَابِهَاتٍ. In the Quran there are mutashabihat. You don't know. You're talking about the dhat of Allah. You don't know. We're going to read it and we're going to say Allahu Alam. And that's it. We're not going to open our mouth about it. Because you're now really truly dealing with something you have no idea about. You have no clue about. You know. So this is بَلْ يَدَاهُ مَبْسُوطَتَانِ. And move on. But if you want to be like, did Allah really go up on the arsh? Or He's just saying that? Or does He come down to the first sky? Is He really in the first sky? Or where exactly is He? Because if He's in the first sky, that means He's not in the 7th sky, which means He's not unlimited. And you're going to start going crazy. No, it's all figurative. No, it's literal. How can you say it's figurative? Who gives you a right to say it's figurative? Oh my God. Oh my God. And this argument is entirely between literal and figurative, by the way. And let me tell you, both sides are literal and both sides are figurative. Both sides. Look, some group comes and says, Allah says, نَحْنُ أَقْرَبُ إِلَيْهِ مِنْ حَبْلِ الْوَرِيدِ. We're closer to Him than His jugular vein. The group that reads the ayah literally says, literally, Allah is that close. Allah is that close. The other says, no, Allah is not close. He's that close in terms of His hearing. He has a qualification. So He's saying He doesn't mean that literally. Then He went up to the sky. The one who says Allah is not close to you, closer to you than your jugular vein, says He's not literally closer to you. His hearing is close to you. His knowledge is close to you. His vision is close to you. Fine. Then when He says He went up to the arsh, yes, He went up to the arsh. He comes to the first sky, literally. So for that you were ready to be literal, and for this one you're willing to be figurative, because it doesn't fit a formula. My problem with all of this line of reasoning is, why are we entering into this conversation? My problem is, where is this a central subject in our religion? What has this produced, if not confusion? And when did this come into our discourse? When Western philosophers brought these things into our religion. When they started asking these questions. So our curriculum of the study of our faith is now organized by the criticism made by the dark ages of the European philosophers. To this day. The different responses that came to them is how we organize our curricula. And then our later development in the curricula, my curriculum of studying Aqidah is basically a product of how I'm going to undermine that guy's understanding of Aqidah. That's what I call the study of Aqidah. SubhanAllah. How are the Sahaba learning Iman? They know a lot more about Iman than you and I do. They never took a course on categorizations and labels and different groups and different beliefs. They didn't do that. How did they learn about Iman? What was their fundamental, sound, authentic orientation and religious instruction? It was the Qur'an. And practiced practically by the Prophet ﷺ. That was their education. And every time they asked a question like we do, where is Allah? And those kinds of things. Well, what kind of answers were given by the greatest of our salaf, the Sahaba radiallahu anhu? How do they deal with those answers? Punch him on the head. Got it. Understood. Fully clear. Crystal. Leave this stuff alone. It will do nothing but ruin your religion. It will do nothing but ruin your deen. It'll just make you look at everybody like, so what's he? You go to some Muslims, so brother, what do you think? Where's Allah? I've seen Sunday school classes like this. Sunday school teacher walks into class. So kids, where's Allah? Kid goes, everywhere. No, that's shirk. And some other Sunday school class, where's Allah? Up there. No, He's everywhere. That's kufr. Come on. Is the central question of the Quran where Allah is or who Allah is? Let's talk about who Allah is. You'll find out, and how powerful He is. And how close He is to us. How He hears, how He sees. How He knows. How He helps. How He forgives. You don't want to talk about that. That's the third. Asma wa Sifat is at the end. What is number 1 in Quran is number 3 to us. It's way at the end. Subhanallah. So, وَقَالَتِ الْيَهُودُ